Good evening and welcome back to the Heal Security Dispatch Deep Dive with your hosts, Diana Richards, a technology strategist focused on keeping healthcare secure, and Mark Davis, a cybersecurity analyst, your trusted source for the latest in cybersecurity trends and expert insights, proudly presented by Heal Security. Today is Friday, July 25, 2025. Our mission for this deep dive, well, it's really to cut through the noise. We want to give you a vivid, clear picture of what's happening in the cyber threat landscape because, frankly, it's evolving incredibly fast. We're going to pull insights from a stack of sources you provided, and we'll be highlighting how new tech, especially AI, is being cleverly used by attackers.
Right.
And also how, even traditional systems are still being exploited, but in really sophisticated ways.
And that's exactly what we're aiming for, connecting those dots. You might see reports about different attacks, but we want to show the underlying trends, reveal those crucial insights you need to, well, really understand and navigate this whole complex digital environment. It's about grasping the bigger shifts, not just the single incidents.
Let's unpack this then. A good place to start seems to be AI. It's obviously a tool for progress, but it's also proving to be a powerful double-edged sword in security.
Definitely.
Our sources point to this new piece of malware called Kuske. Now, what's immediately striking beyond its stealth is that it's actually an AI-generated threat. How does that fundamentally change the game?
Well, that's precisely it. The AI-generated part that signals a monumental shift. Kuske itself targets Linux systems, mostly deploying crypto miners,
Okay.
But the real danger is its origin. When malware can be autonomously generated, probably using large language models, the sheer speed and scale of new threat creation, well, it could accelerate dramatically.
So the pace just ramps up incredibly.
Think about it. The traditional cat-and-mouse game, it just got a whole lot faster. We're potentially talking about malware that can evolve its own obfuscation techniques.
On the fly.
Potentially. Establish persistence, maybe check if it's in a cloud environment to stay hidden before it even runs. This automated development model means the adversary isn't just clever, it's learning and adapting incredibly fast.
Wow. Okay, so if AI is building these threats with alarming speed, it makes me wonder, what happens when the AI itself becomes the vulnerability, not just creating code, but being the weak point?
Right.
Our sources highlight this, especially with something called Agentic AI.
Yeah.
Now, for anyone unfamiliar, this is AI designed to act autonomously, right? Making decisions, carrying out tasks on its own.
Exactly. And we're seeing this applied particularly in healthcare.
So what are the specific risks there?
It's a critical question. Agentic AI is truly transforming healthcare administration, things like scheduling, managing patient records, optimizing hospital ops, driving huge efficiency gains.
Sounds great, but there's a catch.
There's always a catch. With that autonomy comes a whole new attack surface. These systems, because they act independently, they're susceptible to manipulation, to unauthorized data access in ways we haven't really dealt with before.
Can you give an example?
Well, imagine an AI agent handling sensitive patient data. Someone could subtly coerce it, maybe trick it into misrouting information or granting access to someone who shouldn't have it. And as hospitals rely more on these AI systems for critical back-end stuff, well, the lack of really robust, purpose-built safeguards could lead to serious breaches. We're talking patient data, maybe even impacting patient care eventually.
That's serious.
It is. The challenge is huge. How do you get the productivity benefits without opening up these entirely new security gaps? It's a tough balancing act.
It really is. And, that brings us to tools that many of us are starting to interact with every single day. Let's talk about Microsoft Copilot.
Oh, yeah.
It's this powerful AI assistant becoming, well, almost ubiquitous in enterprise settings. Our sources are revealing that even Copilot, which is meant to help us, can actually be manipulated to perform malicious actions.
Yeah, that's a worrying development.
What does this mean for just daily operations and maybe the insider threat landscape?
It means we really have to rethink our trust models. It's not just about external threats anymore. Increasingly, it's internal ones or internally enabled ones.
Okay.
Security analysts have shown that Copilot can be weaponized. It's not just theoretical. They've found it executing commands without proper authorization in, real enterprise environments.
It's a genuine vector for cyber attacks right now.
Absolutely. And the implications are significant. Copilot has powerful access, right, to enterprise data systems. It could easily escalate insider threats, maybe through an employee who doesn't realize what they're enabling, or even just through misconfigurations.
Turning the assistant into an accidental accomplice, basically.
Precisely. And it's prompted researchers to strongly urge companies monitor all AI interactions much more closely, enforce stricter controls on how these powerful tools operate inside your network.
So it's not just about securing the network or the endpoint anymore.
No, it's about securing the very intelligence that's helping run the systems. It's a whole new layer.
Okay, so beyond AI, attackers are also getting incredibly creative, almost ingenious, in how they hide and distribute their malicious payloads.
They really are.
Let's dive into some of these tactics,
Yeah.
starting with how they're repurposing legitimate technology. This isn't always about finding 0 days, is it?
No, not at all.
Take, for example, this new MSIX banking malware. This is about turning a trusted system against us, right?
Exactly. This threat uses the legitimate MSIX Windows app package format. That format is designed for, smooth software deployment.
Something designed to be helpful.
Right. Attackers are using it to disguise malicious files, which makes the attack incredibly hard for traditional security to even spot. To the user, it just looks like a normal application package.
And once it's installed.
Once installed, it gets to work stealthily capturing banking credentials, personal data, that kind of thing. What's alarming is that security experts are already saying this tactic could become really popular for financial cybercrime.
Why? Just because it's effective?
Because it leverages a trusted, widely accepted format. It subverts trust in the very infrastructure we rely on. For organizations, it means you can't just look for bad signatures anymore. You need deeper behavioral analysis. What is this legit-looking app actually doing?
Right. And speaking of flying under the radar, how about hiding in plain sight? This one really caught my eye. One source describes a new Linux malware using a truly unexpected disguise.
Ah, I think I know the one you mean.
It's hiding in images of cute animals. I mean, how does something like that even work? And what does it tell us about detection?
It's quite brilliant in a malicious way. This Linux malware embeds itself inside seemingly harmless JPEGs, literally pictures of kittens or puppies or whatever, using a technique called steganography.
Steganography. Okay, so hiding data within data.
Exactly. It's the art of concealing a message or file within another file. By doing this, it completely bypasses traditional scanners. They're looking for executables, suspicious file types, not hidden code inside a picture.
So it just sails through security filters.
Often, yes. And once it's inside, the malware launches its attack, opening back doors, executing remote commands on the infected machine. It really underscores that security isn't just about scanning for known signatures anymore.
You have to look deeper.
You have to understand behavior, look for anomalies, recognize these novel concealment techniques. We have to look beyond the obvious, even if it's disguised as an innocent kitten picture.
That is a chilling thought, a cute cat picture being a delivery mechanism. But simple user deception is still a powerful weapon too, right? We're seeing a new wave of attacks using fake error pages.
Oh yeah, those are getting sophisticated.
These aren't just crude pop-ups anymore, are they?
Far from it. Cybercriminals are mimicking legitimate browser warnings, system warnings with incredible accuracy now, all designed to trick users into downloading harmful payloads.
And they adapt.
That's what makes them particularly effective. Once the initial download happens, the malware often changes its behavior based on the victim's operating system.
So it tailors the attack for Windows or macOS.
Precisely. It ensures a higher success rate. It's this constant cat and mouse game, Threat actors refine their deception. We try to improve user education and tech safeguards.
It really highlights the need for, constant user awareness and strong browser-level security.
Absolutely. Because attackers are getting incredibly good at making malicious things look harmless or even helpful, like a necessary update. Empowering users is key, but it's a huge challenge when the fakes look so real.
Definitely. Okay, finally, let's touch on a threat that feels a bit more silent, but incredibly widespread. Something that affects almost everyone using modern software. Supply chain attacks.
Yes.
Especially targeting open source repositories. These sound kind of abstract, but the real-world impact is massive, isn't it?
Absolutely massive. Our sources are highlighting a definite surge in these attacks, specifically planting malicious code in widely used developer tools, open source packages, the building blocks of modern software.
How's it work typically?
Attackers inject hidden backdoors into packages hosted on popular platforms like PyPI for Python or NPM for JavaScript. What makes these so insidious, so dangerous, is how they leverage trust.
the trust developers have in these shared libraries.
Exactly. And the interconnectedness of it all. It's not about finding one bad apple in a single app anymore. It's like a poisoned orchard. One compromised component, one library, can affect countless other applications and systems downstream that rely on it.
So a single tampered library could compromise thousands of systems.
Easily, and often silently, without anyone realizing until it's way too late. It just underscores the urgent need for organizations to really thoroughly vet all their software dependencies, implement much stricter package verification processes.
It sounds like it requires a whole new level of vigilance.
It does, and collaboration, really, across the entire development ecosystem.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. AI threats, clever evasion, supply chain risks. What does all this mean for you listening out there, whether you're a tech pro, building these systems, or just, someone trying to stay safe online?
Yeah, some clear trends definitely emerged. We've seen this dramatic increase in sophistication and automation. Think AI-generated malware like Kuske, or the manipulation of AI assistants like Copilot right inside our own networks.
Right, and the ingenuity and evasion techniques.
Incredible ingenuity, whether it's disguising malware in legitimate MSIX packages or, like we discussed, hiding it literally in images using steganography.
And crucially, the targeting of trust points.
Yes. Attackers are consistently going after points of trust in widely adopted systems, open source supply chains, legitimate tech formats we rely on, even these pervasive AI assistants.
And if we connect all this back to the bigger picture, what's the main takeaway?
It really underscores one undeniable fact: the constant evolving need for vigilance and for adaptive defenses. We just can't rely on static, old solutions for these dynamic new problems. It's about shifting our whole mindset.
Shifting from reactive to proactive.
Precisely. Given how fast these threats evolve, the big question really becomes, how do we shift our focus? From just reacting to incidents to proactively building resilience into our systems, our processes, our culture.
It means understanding not just what the threats are now,
but what they imply for the future of digital security, anticipating the next move, integrating security much, much earlier in the development lifecycle, shifting left, as they say, and fostering a culture of continuous learning and adaptation.
So security isn't just an add-on anymore.
No way. It's no longer an afterthought or a separate department. It has to be a fundamental design principle, baked in from the start.
Well, as we wrap up this deep dive, it's certainly clear the cybersecurity landscape is, incredibly dynamic, constantly challenging, and sometimes surprisingly creative on the attacker side.
It really is.
The insights from these sources hopefully show that staying informed isn't just about knowing what's out there, but really understanding the tactics, the underlying tech shifts, and how these threats just keep evolving.
And connecting that to the bigger picture, it just reinforces that security isn't isolated anymore. It's not a checklist item. It's truly intrinsic to how we design, deploy, and interact with the technology every single day.
It has to be embedded everywhere.
Exactly. Every layer.
So here's maybe a provocative thought for you to consider as you go about your week. As AI continues its rapid evolution, and it's evolving as both a powerful tool for defense and an increasingly sophisticated weapon for offense. Will our ability to simply distinguish between legitimate activity and malicious activity, often happening within the same systems, maybe even using similar AI tools, will that become the ultimate frontier in cybersecurity?
That's a deep one. Distinguishing intent when the tools look the same.
Something to chew on anyway.
Definitely.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We hope this exploration has given you a clearer, maybe more informed perspective on this ever-changing world of cyber threats.
Hope it was useful.
Until next time, stay curious, and most importantly, stay secure.
Thank you for joining us for this edition of HEAL Security Dispatch Deep Dive. We appreciate your time and hope today's insights provided valuable perspective. Be sure to tune in again on Monday for more expert updates and critical cybersecurity news. Don't forget to like, subscribe for ongoing coverage, and sign up for a free trial of HEAL Security Desktop at healsecurity.com. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed, and continue to secure your digital world.